The story of Alexander Graham Bell doesn't begin in America. In fact, it starts in Scotland. Alexander Graham Bell was born on March 3rd, 1847, in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Mom, guess what I just did? I got the dog to talk. I just grabbed it by its voice box. Isn't that cool? Can you hear me? Are you ignoring me, or are you just going deaf? You're going deaf, aren't you? Now I'm gonna have to invent a new way to communicate. Look, I invented the photophone. This should be able to help you see sound in the form of light. That's cool. Also invented the audio meter. This helps record sound. Also invented the graphophone. This helps replay already recorded sound. That's really cool. Also invented the harmonic telegraph. This helps send messages. That's really cool. Can you hear me now?
In 1871, Alexander Graham Bell moved to Boston to teach at Sarah Fuller's School for the Deaf. While Bell taught and tutored his special needs students, his interest in sound was again increased by his compassion for the deaf. Alexander Graham Bell had the opportunity to teach and tutor a large number of deaf students, including Helen Keller. Despite Bell and his assistant, Watson's, many attempts to get the telephone to work, Bell's first successful phone call was an accident, and it went something like this.
Oh my gosh, do you think the telephone will work, or do you not know?
I think it'll probably work. I mean, I don't know. Here, I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be back at some point.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't need you. Let's play some cards. Watson! I need you!
Oh my god, I heard you! Whoa, the telephone worked!
It worked?
It worked, dude!
Oh my gosh,
Whoa!
the telephone worked!
After Bell and Watson realized the telephone worked, they experimented by making more calls to each other.
Hello.
Ahoy hoy, you mean?
Yes. Ahoy hoy. So, Bell, why don't you tell me how the telephone works?
This telephone, my telephone, works by producing an electric current that varies in intensity and frequency in accordance to the sound that it's trying to replicate. These sound waves, or electric currents, cause a thin plate of soft iron called the diaphragm to vibrate. This vibration replicates the sound that originally created these electric currents. Slick, right?
Yeah, that is quite interesting, Mr. Bell.
Thank you, Watson.
No problem, Mr. Bell.
When Bell filed a patent on his new telephone, many other inventors claimed that Alexander Graham Bell had stolen their ideas for the telephone. Several inventors filed for patents in the days following Bell. In fact, one other inventor, Elisha Gray, filed for patent the very same day Bell did. Bell was the only one at the time who received the patent. Bell's struggle against other inventors turned into legal battles later in life. In fact, the Bell Company faced a total of 587 lawsuits, 5 of which went to the Supreme Court. Fortunately for Bell, he won every case. Here's a sample of the many that had cases against Bell.
I'm Alicia Gray, and you stole my idea for the telephone.
So sue me.
I am.
I'm Professor Gilbert, and I'm suing you for stealing my idea.
Okay.
My name is Daniel Drabot, and you stole my idea for the telephone.
No, I didn't. It was my idea.
Bet.
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 I'll see you in court.
Hey there, Mr. Graham Bell. I'm Antonio Miucci, and I think you stole my idea on the telephone. So now I'm gonna sue you, okay? You got that?
Yeah.
Good.
After Bell refined his invention, he traveled the world seeking investors to help finance the startup of his new business. The Emperor of Brazil was particularly surprised to see Bell's invention work.
Good Emperor of Brazil, allow me to demonstrate to you my telephone.
Hello, Emperor!
My God! It speaks!
Bell received plenty of money from plenty of eager investors.
Hand him over.
Okay, Mr. Bell, allow me to make you a deal. You just can't refuse.
Give me more. Ooh. Nice.
After many, many demonstrations, Bell finally collected enough funds to start up his own company, the Bell Company. Sadly for Bell, his company later turned into AT&T, or American Telephone and Telegraph.
I just saved up enough money to found my own company, the Bell Company.
AT&T.
Alexander Graham Bell's story sadly ended on August 2nd, 1922. He died in Nova Scotia, Canada. Thankfully, Alexander Graham Bell's legacy lives on. Because of Alexander Graham Bell, we had telephones and telegraphs, which later was innovated repeatedly into our modern smartphones. Thanks to Bell, we have phones that many cannot live without, as well as a bunch of other useful inventions.